Family is very important in life. But if that family is killed in front of your eyes and you do not get justice, then how will you feel? At the beginning of the film, a girl named Relay North is shown to us, who kills a person in the car and then puts his body in the trunk of the car. She drives away. Injured, she arrives in a slum area where two children watch her curiously as she retrieves a packet from the car. Inside, she tends to the wound on her foot, stitching it using a stick. While examining the packet, memories of her child flood her mind, and the story transitions into a flashback. In the flashback, Relay is seen packing things into her car with her children. Her neighbor confronts her angrily, complaining that she is parked in his spot. She warns him to back off and drives away, much to her daughter's frustration, who suggests hitting him. Relay calms her daughter, explaining that it's better not to engage with bad people. They then head to a garage where her husband, Chris, works as a mechanic. The shop isn't doing well financially, but Chris greets his daughter warmly and wishes her a happy birthday. We learn that Chris has invited several friends to celebrate their daughter's birthday. Relay leaves her daughter with Chris and heads to her bank job. At work, when a co-worker falls ill, her boss asks Relay to stay late to cover for them. Meanwhile, Chris's friend notices his financial struggles and suggests they commit a robbery to improve their situation. Chris firmly refuses, insisting that he won't resort to crime. However, his friend tempts him by saying that with the money, he could send his daughter to a better school. Chris's friend tries to persuade him that the robbery could solve all his financial problems, but Chris doesn't give a definite answer. However, his friend is already planning to rob Diego Gerazio, a dangerous drug mafia leader. That evening, Relay returns home to find that none of her daughter's friends have shown up for her birthday party. All the kids have gone to the neighbor's house to celebrate Christmas instead, leaving her daughter heartbroken. To lift her spirits, Relay suggests they go out and celebrate her birthday elsewhere. This makes her daughter happy. Before leaving, Chris calls his friend and tells him not to go through with the theft. The family then heads out to enjoy the evening together, celebrating at a local fair. Meanwhile, Chris's friend is caught by Diego Geracio's men. They torture and kill him, discovering in the process that Chris was supposed to be involved in the robbery. Without verifying the details, Diego orders his men to kill Chris as well. As Chris and his family enjoy their time at the fair, Relay stops to buy ice cream on the way out. Suddenly, Diego's men appear and open fire on Chris and his daughter, killing them both. Relay rushes to their side only to be shot as well. However, she survives and is taken to the hospital. At the hospital, two officers, Moises and Stan, arrive to investigate the attack. While recovering, Relay is consumed by memories of her family. Detective Stan approaches her and explains that her husband and daughter were killed in connection to a robbery, but they don't have enough evidence to pursue the case. Stan hands her photographs of the suspects that were taken during the attack. Relay recognizes the faces of the men responsible, prompting Stan to show her several suspects in an effort to identify them. Relay identifies the suspects, and they are taken into custody. However, Detective Moises informs Stan that a detective's badge was found at the crime scene, suggesting that someone within their department might be connected. Moises warns Stan to stay away from the case, suspecting that Chris and his daughter were killed simply because of baseless suspicion. Meanwhile, Relay is grieving at home when a lawyer from Diego's side visits her. He offers her money to drop the case, but she angrily throws him out. Before leaving, the lawyer notices a medication bottle on her table, which is prescribed for psychological issues. In court, the lawyer uses the medication as evidence to discredit Relay, claiming the side effects impair her judgment and questioning how she could have recognized the suspects from a moving car. Since the judge has connections to the mafia, he dismisses Relay's accusations and releases the suspects. Relay protests furiously, trying to expose the truth, but no one believes her. In a fit of rage, she attacks the suspects, leading the police to subdue her with a taser and declare her mentally unstable. The judge orders her to be sent to a psychiatric hospital. As Detective Stan and the police escort her away, Relay seizes an opportunity to kill one of the officers and escapes. 5 years later, Detective Moises and Stan investigate the murder of the three men who had killed Relay's family. Their bodies are found at a fair, hinting at a planned act of revenge. At the same time, FBI agent Lisa is introduced. Her junior officer informs her about a woman who broke into a gun store and stole military-grade weapons. Surveillance footage reveals that the culprit is Relay, now a fugitive. Lisa contacts Stan and asks him to come to the FBI office for a briefing. Relay, now living off the grid, prepares for her next move by loading a gun into her bag. Meanwhile, Lisa tells Stan about Relay's transformation over the past 5 years. She explains how Relay, once a bank employee, robbed a bank for $55,000 after escaping custody. Since then, she's been involved in underground fighting rings and other dangerous activities to toughen herself. Lisa also shares video footage of Relay stealing weapons from the gun store, showing how she has been arming herself for a mission. Lisa reminds Stan that today is Christmas, the same day Relay's family was murdered, hinting that she may be planning something big. Relay has successfully avenged her family by killing the 3 men responsible for their deaths. At the same time, she ties up the judge in her home, places a bomb near her, and detonates it with a remote control, blowing the judge to pieces. The detective team soon discovers the judge's murder, along with the killings of the lawyer and other key figures, including the lawyer who was thrown into a swimming pool. After the FBI office is informed about these murders, the Daigo cartel's people realize that the wife of the man they killed 5 years ago is now seeking revenge. They decide to take action against Relay. Meanwhile, Daigo's son mentions the disappearance of 2 ships, which Relay is believed to have taken. Daigo, frustrated and insulted, orders his men to kill Relay. Relay, while riding a bus, encounters a little girl who is taking care of her drunk father. Relay gives the girl a toy, and when the father arrives to buy alcohol, she confronts him. She warns him to take care of his son, or she will come back to kill him. After this encounter, Relay steals a car from a shopkeeper, giving him money as compensation. Relay reaches Daigo's hideout, and after killing several people, finds herself in the heart of his drug and money operation. A violent shootout ensues, with Relay killing everyone and setting fire to the money. She also learns the addresses of Daigo's house and lab before leaving. In response, Daigo grows furious and strengthens security around his property. Meanwhile, Relay's actions go viral, gaining support from the public and sparking a social media movement in her favor. Daigo, angered by Relay's progress, plans her death. However, when Relay enters his lab, she finds it empty. She becomes suspicious, and just as the guards notice her presence, they set off a bomb. Despite the explosion, Relay narrowly escapes and steals a car to continue her pursuit of Daigo's men. As news of Daigo's impending death spreads, Agent Leza goes to a slum area, where a man shows her a photo of Relay, who has become a symbol of hope for the oppressed. Relay continues her mission, killing more of Daigo's men, and eventually reaching his mansion. Inside, she methodically kills everyone in her path. But when she is about to kill Daigo, his daughter interrupts her. Unable to kill him in front of her daughter, Relay is attacked by Daigo with a knife. She narrowly escapes before Daigo's reinforcements arrive. Relay runs to her neighbor's house, knocks him out, ties him to a chair, and prepares for further action. After recovering, Relay takes the car and leaves the area. Meanwhile, the police arrive at Daigo's house. Detective Leza calls Detective Stan and informs him of Relay's location, urging him to tell everyone. However, before he can relay the information, Stan shoots her and informs Daigo about Relay's whereabouts. Daigo, with his men, heads to the location. Due to her injuries, Relay hides. Upon arrival, Daigo's men begin searching for her, torturing everyone to get information. Relay, in the meantime, wakes up, reflecting on her daughter, and starts killing those searching for her. She communicates with Daigo over a walkie-talkie, telling him to leave. Daigo, aware that she is injured, taunts her, claiming she can't do anything about it. Relay responds, telling him that his time is running out. Meanwhile, Daigo's men try to find Leza's location. Relay discovers Leza's dead body in a dustbin and records a video of Daigo's men on her phone, sending it to the police and detective. The video goes viral, revealing Stan's involvement. Daigo, in retaliation, captures a girl and threatens to kill her unless Relay comes out. Forced to comply, Relay leaves the girl behind, but Daigo violently beats her. Just as the killer approaches, the police arrive. Daigo, believing Stan tipped off the police, shoots her. The police arrest everyone, but Daigo and Relay manage to escape. Relay catches up with Daigo but as the police close in, Detective Moises orders her to stop, urging her to face punishment instead. However, Relay kills Daigo, and the police open fire on her. Moises, angered by the chaos, watches as Relay gets injured and runs away. Relay then visits the graves of her husband and daughter, where Detective Moises meets her. She tells him she wants to die after avenging Daigo, but he convinces her to go to the hospital instead. In the hospital, under heavy police security, Relay regains consciousness, and Detective Moises expresses admiration for her actions against crime, urging her to continue the fight. He gives her the key to her restraints and leaves. When a policeman comes to check on her, Relay escapes. The movie ends with her running free.